Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some pretty cool stuff actually. I got a couple movies in from Imprint out of Australia. They sent me a couple for review purposes. This is the second time they've sent me movies. Couldn't be happier. It actually kind of blows my mind that I get to do this. This is pretty phenomenal to me. So as soon as I got here, I watched all three of the movies they sent me. And I'll just get right off the start here. I'm going to be writing full reviews for these on my Instagram, which will be up tomorrow night. And because that's why they sent them to me, was for review purposes on Instagram. I'm just showing them on here because I just watched them. So I might as well show them off before I put them into my collection. Yeah, so the first one here, this is a double feature box set here. This is The Uninvited and The Unseen. Pretty nice thick box set there. What do I got? Top lifts off like this. Just a little top. And then just like that, nice and hard. So prevent damage. The first one here, we'll go with The Uninvited. This is, both of these are directed by Lewis Allen. I didn't know that before I started watching them. And then realized that they were both directed by the same guy. I looked into his IMDb and looked into his background, and he's directed quite a bit actually in this era. But these are probably like two of his most notable. The Uninvited's probably his most notable. This is a pretty prestigious movie from 1940. What's the exact year? 44. That's what I was gonna say, but yeah, they're both Blu-ray transfers as well. And I'll start out with that actually. Both the transfers are freaking great. Like, it's that simple. Like, they both look and sound awesome. There was one thing I had, and it was in The Unseen. And I'll just do both these movies at the same time. In this one, there was like 5 moments in the movie. And I understand that they can't prevent this, I don't think. But you could hear the film switch. So, like because these were shot on film, at certain spots in the movie, you could hear where they were switching the film out for a new reel, and it was really loud. And it kind of caught me off the first couple times because I had my stereo really loud while listening to them. But it's only The Unseen that does that, not The Uninvited. And yeah, I gave both these movies 3.5s on Letterboxd. I thought they were both pretty damn good. The Uninvited here, it's like just classic ghost house stuff. Like, it's a brother and sister move into a new house. They basically invest all their money into it, and haunting starts happening. Is it haunted or isn't it? Is it other sinister things going on? That's kind of what the whole movie is. It's kind of like just a mystery with a ghost story. This one's is more true horror. This one isn't really a horror movie. But this is like on a lot of lists for like one of the top original ghost stories. And I could see why. It was very intriguing. Like, although, like, the problem is that you have seen a lot of the stuff done in this movie in more modern movies, but I mean, this is the original. Everybody else is just copying, basically. But yeah, great acting, great atmosphere. Really intriguing story. I actually enjoyed this way more than I ever thought I was going to be honest. I thought it was going to be like, just, like, I don't know, old ghost stories. Sometimes they're not that great to me because, like I said, I've seen everything like 100 times, 200 times, 300 times. But it does it. I don't know. Just I appreciated the feeling that you get from this. It's also got the imprint with the numbers on it, the year. This is number 313. This one's number 314. This one's 1945. This one's 44. But yeah, I would highly recommend this box set, to be honest, for any collector if you don't have it. Either of these movies. I think The Uninvited has come out from Criterion. As a matter of fact, I think I might even have it somewhere from Criterion, and I haven't watched that version. I completely forgot that I had it, actually. So I'll probably give that a watch, and then if the transfer and everything is better than what this is delivered, or special features and stuff, I will bring that back in a future episode and talk about it. Watch the Criterion one. But I mean, I don't think the transfer could get much better. It's pretty damn solid for 44. And this one has a really cool story as well. The Unseen. It's got some decent special features as well. Audio commentaries. It's got like a mini documentary. Like both of these have documentaries on them. They're not like 2-hour documentaries or nothing, but they're decent length. This one had a cool one that was based on the author Henry James, who wrote the book The Turn of the Screw, and that's what this movie's kind of based on. That classic story, The Turn of the Screw, with its own little twists and stuff on it. And it's pretty good as well. Like, it's really film noir, to be honest. It's not a whole lot of horror. There is a little bit of horror elements, but it's mostly a film noir mystery. And I thought the mystery was actually good. There was a few plot twists. I'm not gonna, no spoilers. There's a few, like, just twists throughout the movie, and then there's like 3 or 4 back-to-back twists in the final couple acts where it's just like, it threw me for a loop. I had to think about it for a couple minutes. Kind of shocked me. But yeah, nice box set. Nice hard box. I appreciate this release. Like I said, I can't even believe these were sent to me for review purposes. I love, like, it just, I don't know, it just shocks me, because I'm just getting my stuff started here and getting going. And I've been doing Instagram for like a couple of years now, and that's why I got these, was from my Instagram. So I don't need to be doing them on YouTube, but I mean, I watch them, and that's what I do on this channel, is showcase off things I've watched recently and put them into my collection. But yeah, definitely I would 100% recommend grabbing this. Packaging is like as cool as you can get for 2 movies like that. Kind of shocked me that it came in a nice box like that. Wasn't expecting it. And then the third title they sent me, this is from 1949. This is The Queen of Spades. This was a sought-after movie for me. I've been doing a lot of collecting of classic films, and this is like, there isn't a lot of horror movies that came out in 1949. The list is pretty small, and this is actually at one of the top ones for the year. So I was really excited to watch it, and I'm gonna be honest, it actually was cooler than I was expecting it to be. It's a guy that's obsessed with playing cards, and winning money basically. And he is scared to do it because he doesn't want to lose all of his money. So he runs into, or he hears of this woman that won all of her money from playing cards. So he goes to her and kind of squeezes his way into her presence, I'll say, and slowly tries to figure out what her secret was, and it's sinister. I'll just say that. There's a sinister plot of how she wins cards, and it leads to a pretty great, solid ending as well. Like, this one actually kind of shocked me. I think I gave this a 3.5 to a 4 as well. Tons of special features on here. Like, it's freaking just loaded down here. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to spoil these too much because not a lot of people have probably seen these. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan of spoiling movies because you have to see them for the first time to really get your own feelings on it. It's why I try not to watch trailers. I try not to do much digging until after I've seen a movie. I like to blind watch stuff, and then if I like that movie, then I'll do some digging and read about it and learn about it and the history and stuff. But yeah, all 3 of these. If you want to check out my Instagram page for my full reviews on them, those will have some spoilers and stuff. But yeah, Imprint Films out of Australia. Free shipping if you order a certain amount of money worth of product on their website. The exchange rate is really good here in Canada. It costs less. Our dollar's worth more, so it costs less than what their website says. When you get to the checkout, it's actually cheaper for a change. Being here in Canada, most people are probably used to the reverse of that, where everybody, when you order from foreign nations, it's usually cost you way more. And then my last piece here, this is a 4-movie collection from Severn. This is Danza Macabre, Volume 1, Italian Gothic collection. Really good stuff here. Another one of these top comes off box sets. It's almost the same as the other one actually, just this one has 4 movies, so it's thicker. And these 4 movies are also freaking classics here. I'm going to put them in order from which way I like them. And go like that. Yeah, so first time watch for me on all these. I bought this box set from Severn, and they're 4 Italian horror movies. 2 of them are only in Italian with English subs, and 2 of them are in both English or Italian. This is the first one this one's only in Italian with English subs. It's from 1964. It's a Monster of the Opera. Just obviously from the title, it's a play on Phantom of the Opera. Just way weirder and crazier. But I don't think these have reversible arts. No. This one's like, I'll spoil a little bit. He's a vampire living in an opera house, and the plot isn't exactly the same as Phantom of the Opera, but it's pretty damn close, I would say. Like, this is my least favorite in this box set. I think I would give this one about a 2.5 out of 5. It was still cool. The acting was all really good. There was a little bit of twists and turns. Excellent Gothic scenes, though. When they say, like, the Italian Gothic collection, the Gothic atmosphere in these movies is top-notch. If you like Gothic backgrounds and settings and sounds and music, these deliver 100%, all four of them. And they're only going to get better as I talk about them here. But yeah, Monster of the Opera, I don't even need to explain much on this because it's truly, it's a play on Phantom of the Opera. So I'd just be explaining Phantom of the Opera and everybody knows that story. And then my second favorite, or my second least favorite, so third place of this box set, is The Seventh Grave. This is making its Blu-ray premiere in this box set. First time ever on Blu-ray. Yeah, these only come with, none of them come with reversible art. And they only come with the Blu-rays. This one was different, I will say. This one I would bump up to a 3. And it says it's one of Italian Gothic's most elusive titles. Sought after. It was lost forever, and the only way to get it was bootlegs and stuff, apparently. And they found a reel of it and scanned it and finally got her out here. 2K scan from a recently discovered negative, it says. And I would say the picture and sound and everything was solid. I enjoyed it. I'm not quite sure if it's missing scenes or anything like that. I don't know a whole lot about these movies. It was first time watch on all of them. But this one was cool. It was like, there was a name in it too. Like the name, there's a bunch of people and they arrive at this house and you don't really know why, but it's to get an inheritance because someone died. And his name was Francis Drake, which I believe is... Like, I'm not going to say too much on this because I'm pretty sure Francis Drake is the name of Nathan Drake's, like, dad or grandpa or great-great-grandpa or something in the Uncharted video games. And he was an explorer. So that's why they're here, because he has lots of riches. And he was like... So it's really crazy. I need to look into this. Because I feel like either the makers of Uncharted love this movie, or Francis Drake was possibly a real person, and I'm just stupid and don't know. It's based on a real explorer. So I'm guessing it's probably the latter. It's probably based on a real person. And they're both just using that storyline. But I thought that was really cool. So these people show up to this old castle mansion. They're all trying to figure out where the treasure's hidden, basically, and their inheritance. And they perform a seance, which is done really well. Like, this is a classic movie. What year was this one? 1965. And the seance is actually kind of creepy and uncomfortable. It's cool. Really well done. And then a couple people mysteriously die. And I don't want to ruin anything. I'll just say, leave it at that. You don't know what's going on. It becomes like a slasher murder mystery at that point. And then it slowly pieces it together with its twisted ending. Really good stuff there. This next one here, Scream of the Demon Lover. This is my second favorite in this box set, upon first viewing. This one was really well acted. I liked it all. Like, I liked everybody's performances in it. I will say this. The final act of this movie was too drawn out for me. Like, it felt like they were just taking too long to get to where it needed to be. Like, it's so hard to explain unless you're watching it. Like, it feels like it should have ended before it did. But other than that, great storyline, solid twist, awesome creature in this. Um, Great storyline. Like, I'll just leave it at that. Kinkiness and violent depravity ensue. Yeah, there's some nudity, sex scenes, quite a few. Uh, the whole movie feels very like sexual, but it's also it has a really good storyline. I enjoyed it. It's like a girl goes to a mansion, and the people there are mysterious, especially the head the headmaster of the house, the man, and he has a reputation around town of women disappearing, and they like go into the castle, they never leave. It also has a crazy rape, like she when she's on her way there, she almost gets raped. Like, the guy's holding her down and everything, and she gets away, and it's never brought up again. She doesn't tell anybody. It's really really weird scene. It kind of threw me off a bit. I was like, huh, okay. North American Blu-ray premiere on this. Yeah, 1970. This one comes in English and Italian. I would highly recommend this movie. Like, I highly recommend this box set. I need to grab Volume 2, which is already out, but it's not easy to get here without paying like an unbelievably high amount for it. In Canada, it's kind of silly, so I'm hoping to get some kind of deal or sale on it. And then Volume 3 is about to come out as well, and I really want that as well. Yeah, Scream of the Demon Lover. Check it out. And then the last one in this episode, this is Lady Frankenstein. Absolutely awesome movie. This is a 4 for me. This one shocked me. Like, the fact that any of these movies are getting 3s and 4s and stuff from me is quite shocking, because they're not like big name movies. You go on lists, you're not going to find these at the top of any yearly ranking lists or anything. Pretty hard. But this is 1971. It's co-produced by Roger Corman. Okay. It says it's one of the most underrated horror movies of all time. I would agree with that statement, actually. This one kind of shocked me. So it's a play on Frankenstein, obviously. What's the name of this actress here? Because she did an excellent job. Gotta shout her name out. I'm not huge on these Italian movies yet, so I don't know the people's names by looking at them. I'm hoping that I will as time goes on. Roselba Neri is her name. Roselba Neri. Excellent actress in this. Kind of shocked me. She plays Lady Frankenstein. But yeah, so she's a doctor, a studying doctor, living in an older world, so she's not really taken seriously. Her dad is basically Dr. Frankenstein and his assistant, and they're trying to bring a creature back to life. They succeed. It looks like Frankenstein, sort of. Creepier than Frankenstein, actually. It goes on a rampage killing spree, just like in Frankenstein. And then it kills him. It kills her dad. And she takes over. I know I'm spoiling a little more than I usually do, but this one's like the selling point of this box set for me. It's an excellent movie. She takes over, becomes Lady Frankenstein, and gotta have my episodic cigarette. And she is more sinister than he ever was, her dad ever was. She convinces the assistant to her dad to Like the assistant's in love with her. Everybody's in love with her because of what she looks like, and she's powerful. But she convinces the assistant to bring this guy over that's slow. Like I don't even know what the proper term is anymore. I would say the R word, but I don't even know if you're allowed to say that on YouTube. So he's just slow, and but he's really good looking. So she convinces him, this older guy that's obsessed with her, to kill this guy. So she brings him. She brings him home. She's having sex with him, full nudity, sex scene, everything. Um, and then she gets the assistant, the old man, to smother him while she's riding him, basically. And she does it because she wants the young guy's body, but the old guy's mind. So she transplants his brain into into this younger guy's body to get what she wants, and there's more to it than this as well. There's some twists and stuff, and it's really good. Like, I honestly shocked the shit out of me how much I like this one. I'm probably gonna watch this entire box set again this year because I need to give all these a second watch, especially the two that, like, I watched the two English ones in English because I was doing 4 Italians back to back, and by the time I did the first two, I did all 4 of these in one day. And by the time I did the first two, I kind of needed a break from reading the movie, so I watched the second 2 in English, and the dubs were excellent. As a matter of fact, it almost felt like they filmed the movie twice. Once in English, once in Italian, because all their lips were, it seemed like it was them speaking English. So I think they might have done 2 versions. So the English version is perfectly fine. You're not going to get shitty dubs or anything. But yeah, what can I say? What a freaking pile this is, man. So happy to add these Imprint films into my collection. The Severn box set is an absolute banger. Freaking great one there. This all started because I was watching Frank from Frank's Media and Reviews. His channel's awesome too. Go over and check that out if you don't already, because he has a lot of nice stuff in his collection as well. Makes me jealous every time he puts a video up. Puts a video up. But it started because he asked me to go watch his Italian horror episode he did. And I loved the episode so much that it just got me in an Italian horror mood. So I literally was like, all right, what do I got? So I'm just pulling out all my stuff, and I had this awesome box set that I hadn't watched yet. And I'm like, there's a good starting point. Let's dive in. Watch some of these. So, yeah, I had a good time with all 4 of those. And these Imprint films, like, it's 40s horror. So anybody that knows, like, the history of horror films knows that the 40s can be pretty rough at times. Like, Hollywood was starting to crack down pretty hardcore on what you're allowed to show, so a lot of the horror movies aren't that horror-y in the 40s. Like, The Wolfman is, like, even that's kind of a love story and sad and stuff. It is a horror movie, but it's not like super scary or nothing. So you know what you're getting with these, but they're all excellently filmed, just well made classics that you need to add to your collection. They're awesome. If you can get these movies, obviously from Imprint would be the best way, because they're the newest ones to put it out. But if you can get these in your collection anyway, go for it, because you won't be disappointed. This Queen of Spades one actually kind of shocked me at how much I liked it and enjoyed it. It's just really cool, mysterious, crazy acting from the lead actor here. The heck was his name? Ronald Howard, the lead actor in this one. I think that's his name. Not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm new to all these classics. So I'm not, like, I don't know the people by looking at them. Some I do, obviously. But not everybody. I'll start to learn more about that stuff as I'm watching more and more and more from these older decades. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me again. I don't know what I'm doing in my next episode, so I'm just winging it as always. I'm still working on my 96 movies. It's going to take me a long time. Probably be like freaking July by the time I get that video up, because there's just so many. And I want to watch them all before I, like, I'm ranking them as I watch them. Stacking them in a pile in a ranked order as I'm watching each movie from the year. So yeah, thank you again, and I will talk to you in a couple days.